That's okay. Hey, no. So, do I pick up my per diem before I speak, or is it after? Anyway, good evening. My name is Omar Khalif, and I come to the school board race from a different matter. I'm a parent of 4 children who all attended schools in San Francisco, and I live in Bayview Hunters Point area. And I've been working in juvenile probation for the last 10 years as a juvenile civil rights advocate. I'm the ombudsman for the youth. So I come from an advocacy standpoint, and so that's the work I've been doing. And so me entering into the race is, one, is to complete and fulfill my civic duty and my obligations to complete what I've done. 2 is to speak for the voice, those who are not being spoken up for, which are the parents and the families in our school district. Oftentimes, we give the parents a good story. We sell our schools really well, and oftentimes there's a serious disconnect. So, and when I'm talking to this type of body, it's like, you really have to know what you're talking about. So if anybody here feel like Lane Kiffin right now, you understand, You know the process. You are the coach, you are the administrator for your school, but yet you have Al Davis hovering above you, not allowing you to make any kind of decisions that's going to affect what's happening at your school. But then when it doesn't work, then you therefore get the blame for things not functioning well in your schools. And I think that's really unfair for you. So because what I would like to have is a strong administration, a strong principal who creates the philosophy and the workforce and all of the things that needs to happen into the school. So when this school is, and also be paid accordingly like a CEO of any kind of small administration or organization. So when things are not working, then we immediately know where the blame lies or whose the blame is, instead of just trying to take it back to the school board and then putting it back on the superintendent and on up the line, and then the parents and the families who trust in us and trust in you as administrators to get the job done never get the job done, because this has been happening for years. And again, I'm probably the only African American in this race that's not focusing on the achievement gap. Why? Thousands of men and women every year, so the 46 years I've been living, state, local, and federal, have run for office talking about closing the achievement gap or closing any kind of gap in our society, and the gap is getting wider and wider and wider, probably because there's too many bodies over there. So what I want to focus on is class and opportunity, and if we focus on class and opportunity in the school system and even in the community, then we have a way of closing that achievement gap. So those are some of the things we need to look at. Culturally competent teachers, I think that's very disrespectful language and wording to place upon a human being. There's no such thing as a culturally competent teacher. What I would like to have in our schools are curriculum compassionate teachers, teachers who are have compassion about the curriculum they teach, because if we want to learn all of these other social competencies, we can do that through staff development, which means you can either give the teachers a whole nother month of staff development or break that up into 2-4-week periods throughout the year for them to get additional funding, additional money, and they can learn those skills that they need. Because anybody that's coming out of college has a middle class mindset, which do not want to deal with nobody, in the lower class. So these are some of the reasons why I'm running, and to support programs. I am a full supporter of any program that a parent deems necessary for his or her child to reach whatever level of success that they want to in their lives. It's up to the parents and the individuals, not the politicians and everybody with their own ideologies of what they view your success to be to get to where they are. So then that's just not fair. So, and again, another way in closing the achievement gap, if we start on the front end with eliminating the social promotion. If we have kids that are coming to our schools that are already lagging behind and far behind, we intermix them throughout our school and thinking they're going to catch up through osmosis. This is not the case. These kids need a lot of work. They need a lot of work, and they need the people with the most skills to be interacting with them, not the people that's just new coming into the district and trying to get their feet wet and get their tenure and get all of this understanding. So these are some of the things, these are some of the ideas that I would like to bring forth to the school board and with everybody else's help, because it's not me, it's what the community needs and wants are. These are not mine. I'm just foolish enough to get out here and be ridiculed. So, sure.
Questions?
Oh, yes. Well, it's a great question. My plan would be to, first, number one, it's with anything. If you're comfortable enough with a person to go out and have a conversation and a dialogue, then that's half the battle right there. And then if you're somebody that people can trust. For so many years, that community and just all communities have been lied to over the years and over. And I mean, because again, if they're looking at 4, 5, 6 generations of welfare recipients and people laying on the couch and everybody they know are dying and going to jail, what is it? Something you can't come and give me a brand new school and say it's different. That's not the way, because again, it's a trust factor that's missing. You know, and again, so when we start talking about community and the villages and all of this, when we have all of this student assignment process and kids are going all over the city to go to school, you're weakening the community, because now I can shoot you. You live down the street, but you go to school across town. But then that affects, because I tell people, I have 3 daughters, and between the 3 of them, my oldest is 19, she's a sophomore at Prairie View A&M University. I have my second daughter, she's graduating out of Gateway this coming June. My third daughter got a scholarship to Crystal Springs, and my fourth daughter's at Kit Bayview. But again, so they buried 15 people, and not of natural causes. So that's a rippling effect. And again, I interact with oftentimes the perpetrator and juvenile probation. So I'm always in dialogue with what's going on right at the street level. So that's why I'm probably not the most popular person in the race, because this is not about politics for me. This is about people's lives and livelihoods. So that's just how I kind of bring it. So thank you for the question, though. Mary Grace is always the question.